Last week, Chinese lab DeepSeek released an updated version of its R1 reasoning AI model. This new version performs well on several math and coding benchmarks. However, the company didn't disclose the source of the data used to train the model. Some AI researchers now speculate that at least part of the data came from Google's Gemini family of AI models. Sam Paeach, a developer from Melbourne who creates emotional intelligence evaluations for AI, published what he claims is evidence that DeepSeek's latest model was trained on outputs from Gemini. He pointed out that DeepSeek's model, called R1-0528, tends to use words and expressions similar to those used by Gemini 2.5 Pro. That alone isn't conclusive evidence. But another developer, the pseudonymous creator of a free speech evaluation tool called SpeechMap, noted that the thoughts generated by the DeepSeek model as it works toward a conclusion, quote, read like Gemini traces. This isn't the first time DeepSeek has faced such accusations. Back in December, developers noticed that DeepSeek's V3 model often identified itself as ChatGPT, suggesting it may have been trained on ChatGPT chat logs. Earlier this year, OpenAI told the Financial Times that it found evidence linking DeepSeek to the use of a method called distillation, a technique used to train smaller models using outputs from more powerful ones. According to Bloomberg, Microsoft, a close OpenAI collaborator and investor, detected large amounts of data being exfiltrated through OpenAI developer accounts in late 2024. OpenAI believes these accounts were affiliated with DeepSeek. Although distillation is a common practice in the AI world, OpenAI's terms of service prohibit the use of its model outputs to build competing AI systems. It's important to note that many AI models misidentify themselves and tend to use similar words and phrases. This is partly because the open web, where most training data comes from, is increasingly filled with AI-generated content. Content farms, bots on Reddit, and posts on X are contributing to this data contamination. Nathan Lambert, a researcher at the nonprofit AI Institute AI2, believes it's entirely plausible that DeepSeek used Gemini outputs for training. If I was DeepSeek, he said, I would definitely create tons of synthetic data using the best available API models. He added that DeepSeek is short on GPUs but has plenty of cash, so it makes sense for them to use distillation to get more compute efficiency. To help prevent this kind of distillation, major AI companies are tightening security. In April, OpenAI began requiring organizations to complete ID verification to access advanced models. This includes submitting a government-issued ID, and China is not on the supported country list. Google, meanwhile, recently started summarizing the traces generated by its models on the AI Studio platform. This step makes it harder for rival companies to copy Gemini's performance. Anthropic also said in May that it would begin summarizing its own model traces to protect competitive advantages. We've reached out to Google for comment and will update if we hear back.